Hello everybody, this is Elizabeth Diamond from Creating Intentions, and today I want to show you how to create a stick pin using your loose gemstone beads so that you can anchor your intentions into your scrapbooking layout or art project. I love using crystals at the end of any type of art project that I'm engaged in because I use scrapbooking and art as a tool for transformation. I love working on a physical level because we are so focused outside of ourselves that when I'm creating something or I'm creating a project where I am taking an idea of what it is that I intend to create in my life and then I give it physical shape and form, I find that it really helps me to hold the focus. And as I hold my intention and focus on the project, I begin to really capture the essence or the vibration of what it is that I'm intending to live out as my life experience. And that is so very, very powerful. Anytime we spend time feeling out the energy of what it is that we are wanting to create, number one, we activate that within so we become a powerful magnet for what it is that we are seeking, and number two, we begin to raise our set point as to what it is that we are wanting to create and attract so that when it does show up in our lives, we don't sabotage it. To start with, when I say stick pin, I'm talking about getting a pack of floral pins from your local craft store, and normally I always see them with pearls on the tips, but this time I purchased just this plastic. It has like a rainbow shimmer on the inside, and it just kind of looks somewhat vintage, but so does the pearls. And what I do is, this was a little intention project that I created using a spool of thread that I took from my grandma's thread stash. There was very little thread on here, but it's wooden. This is a very old spool of thread, and I love it because it has that vintage look. And what I did was I wanted to write out an intention, but I always love to journal, but also create something with paper and pretty ribbons and all that. There's just something about using those, and I wrote out my intention on this spool, and then I wrapped it up here. So it's like a really cute art piece, and your intention is still somewhat private because it's wrapped up. So anyway, when you use crystals to store and record your intention and anchor it, it's the last step of the process. So after I created the intention, this is the last thing that I did. I created this little stick pin, and I put this green quartz. It has some threads of tourmaline on the inside, but you can use anything you want. So here, like I said, you can use your gemstone stash. I have tons of beads that have broken off of jewelry. I have some beads that I've collected from my daughter, metal components. Basically, you want to make sure that when you are working with crystals to store, record, and hold your information and anchor your information, that they are true gemstone beads. So today I'm going to use hematite, which is harnessing your unseen creative potential, the light of spirit, connecting with that on the inner realms, and then allowing it to be expressed out into the external and taking inspired action from that place. So that's what hematite represents. And I recently recorded a video on YouTube that I talk about all the hidden messages of hematite. So you can look for that if you'd like to. So anyways, we're just going to take the stick pin, and you just place the crystals on there. You just thread them right on the needle. It's so easy and fast. If you have a huge package and a lot of beads, you could create a lot of stick pins in one sitting. And all I'm going to do once I have that threaded is I'm going to take a glue dot here, and these are quite large, so I don't need this large one because it'll get quite bulky. But if you have like a mini glue dot, you don't need all that much of a glue dot. And I just kind of cut that in half, or in a quarter actually, and they're so tacky, these glue dots, that they have such a strong hold, and I just if you can see what I'm doing, I'm just going to wrap it around here down in the bottom, so it just, and then I'm just going to squish it up so it just holds it right in place. So you're not really putting glue on all the crystals, it's just a little glue dot to hold it in place so that it doesn't fall down, so you can stick it in whatever it is that you're intending to create or you're creating with your art project here. You know, I did this little altar project, but you can stick them in large flowers and ribbon and paper and photos. And then, like I said, this is the last step of the intentional scrapbooking method. Then you would take all the positive intent, the positive emotion, the thoughts and images that you entered into and gathered and became clear about as you were creating your intentional layout or project, and then you would activate the piezo and pyroelectric energy of the crystal. And when you activate that, the actual structure of the crystal expands, and it will allow you to exchange information. So whatever it is that you're thinking and feeling and imagining, it will record that information into the crystal. And there have been scientific studies done that when the crystal heats up, it will actually attract dust into itself, and then it cools down and it holds the dust within itself. So that's how we can harness its ability to hold, store, and record information. And that's how technology harnesses the energy of quartz crystal that makes all of these videos and the internet and radio signals and laser beams and everything possible. So we're just harnessing the energy of crystals for our personal transformation and journey here as well. The great thing about using crystals to anchor your intention is that because it has the ability to hold, store, and record the information of the energetic vibration or essence that you were in when you created your project. So all the positive thoughts, all the positive feelings, the images that you were holding and entertaining as you were sitting down to create that physical representation of what it is that you really intend to live out as your life experience. On days that you find that you're not feeling so great, or maybe you're doubting yourself, or you don't really believe that what it is that you are intending to create, that you have the energy to make it happen, you can come back to your project. So I can come back to this little thread spool, I can reread my journaling, I can touch the crystals and just sit with it and reflect on it. And what happens is because all of your positive intention and your thoughts and emotions and the images are recorded into this project and anchored here, when you come back on the days that you're not really feeling up to speed with what it is that you want, this literally uplifts you to the place that you were in when you created it. And that is releasing, that in and of itself just helps to release the resistance and open you back up to the flow of receiving what it is that you truly want. It's so very powerful. So I hope you enjoyed creating the stick pins today, and I would love to see how you use stick pins in your layouts and your creations. Feel free to share them with me by emailing me and checking out my website to get your free report on how to successfully activate and program a crystal, and to learn more about the intentional scrapbooking method. And my intention for you is that you become clear as to what it is that brings you the most amounts of joy, peace, and love in your life, and then you harness your potential to create and attract and fulfill your deepest heartfelt goals and dreams with ease and joy. Have a magnificent day.